What's going on, YouTubers? Welcome to another video. So my mind has been, just speeding through multiple options for my horse setup on how I want to do this and everything. And I've come up with several ideas. Obviously, I could do my original thing where just having, Freddie, Jason underneath. I could put Myers, some props, a Myers bust. And then over there have a taller shelf with Pennywise, Ash up top. Below do Leatherface, Ghostface, if I wanted to do Prime 1 Predator, although ultimately I'm deciding I definitely don't want to keep that and Cinemaket. I'll sell one or the other, and I need to keep it all in Predator setup. I don't want a Predator in Horde, or keep it just somewhere else completely. But I also have come up with several ideas as well that might work and might also look really good. And I'm going to show you some pictures here. So I've thought, I know Ash is blocking them, but you guys know I have my Underworld setup with the 2 1/3 up top, the 2 busts beneath. And I actually really like that. And I was thinking I could do the same for Freddy and Jason. I had to first test how each bust looked down low. Now these busts are, like, the way they're positioned in their base, they're further back on the base, and they also are a little bit taller than Marcus and Lycan. So when I put them inside a standard garage shelf, they do fit, but I can't see the top of Freddy's hat and Jason, the top of his machete and the top of his head from normal viewing distance is blocked. So I would have to make it just a tiny bit taller to accommodate so I could see them perfectly. But I'll show you some pictures here. So here is Jason, and here is Freddy. Now I do think they actually do look pretty good down low, so it's definitely a viable option. I still could just keep the garage shelf the same height, so it's the same level here and there, and just, not see the top of the hat or the top of the machete. Not a huge deal, because for the most part you're looking at the faces and the whatnot, and it's just, the tip of machete, not a big deal. Or the top of his head, I don't care too much. So I don't even know if I'd really make it taller, to be honest. I also technically could lower the wood so it's on the ground and not on the shelf, and then you gain 2 inches. So I know a buddy of mine's done that before, where he just put the board on the ground, or just put the statues on the ground but fabric underneath, and then you gain about 2 inches of space, or 1.5 inches, I believe. So I could just do that as well. So here's what I'm thinking. Freddy and Jason underneath, above the Freddy and Jason. To the left, we have multiple options. This all is dependent upon a few things, but I'm thinking Myers right there with his little knife on the wall. And then to the right, we have this little glass shelf. Now, technically, there's another thing I could do. If I wanted to, I could get rid of that glass shelf, change that shelf out for the longer 48-inch wide one. And then I don't have that glass shelf there. I do like that glass shelf because it's like a perfect display for Chucky. And so I'm just not sure if I want to do that. Ultimately, I'll raise that, though, so it's the exact same height as the garage shelves. So I'll probably just keep it and keep Chucky in there, of course. And then above would be the Reaper, 1/3, right there. To the right, on a standard garage shelf, all this same height, would be Ash. Ash has to be on the 24-inch depth one. And then to the right of him, right there, would be the Pennywise 1/3, this guy. So he would be this tall, which is a good height for him. I can see him perfectly. And to show you the other ones, Jason's going to be a little bit taller, about 3 inches taller, but I'm loving this height. And I want to show you as well here. So you got these two, and they look absolutely fantastic together. That's what I'm thinking. I really want to do all the 1/3s next to each other, because Freddy looks fantastic. You can just see him a lot better here than versus on that Stuva I had him on. The one thing that doesn't look good is the Pennywise, because you can't see his eyes. Pennywise, you want to be able to see his eyes because there's tons of detail and he has amazing eyes. And when he's like this, you literally can't see his eyes because of the way his forehead and eyebrows frown over. So that's the reason I say Pennywise needs to be higher up. Plus his hair looks better higher up. So that's the reason I like Pennywise high. So Pennywise has to be high in the collection. Otherwise, if he didn't require height, I would have all the shelves the same height. And I don't want to put him just on the display riser because that'd look ridiculous, having him way taller than everything else. So the thought process of the 2 shelves, standard garage shelf right here and here. I was supposed to get the garage shelf today. Didn't freaking come. I'm super pissed. Stupid FedEx. But we would do the 1 garage shelf here, 1 there. This one has Ash and then Pennywise 1/3. Pennywise bust, none bust. And underneath where we see darkness, I'd actually just put Annabelle standing up because she's 40 inches tall. She would fill that entire display very, very nicely. So I'm thinking she could look great there. And then with Reaper 1/3 here, we basically have all the 1/3s in a row. So I would have 6 1/3 scale horror statues in a row. You know, somewhat similar to like how I have the Justice League, although, you know, the horror of much bigger bases, but I got like 6 in a row. And over here, I would have 6 in a row, but then I would have 3 double bust displays where I got like Marcus Lycan and then Freddy and Jason. And right here, I was thinking of doing Reaper and Drake. I don't own Drake. He's a 300 edition size. I see him pop up on eBay every now and then. I've always been watching him. But obviously Drake would be the best companion piece to the Reaper if I do the Reaper display down low. And then we'd do Annabelle there. I'd have to... The one problem with this is I'd only be able to add Drake. And right here, I mean... honestly, I think the coolest looking thing here would be ECC Mohawk. And then we just sell Lord of Darkness to help fund Drake. And then, you know, do ECC Mohawk with like a little gizmo next to him. That'd look really cool. Or we save this for future other movie related statues. It doesn't have to be horror. It could be whatever the heck I want. You know, I could do Indiana Jones there. I could do anything I wanted to. The only other problem with me doing this is where would I put Leatherface, Ghostface if I get those? You know, I'm really wanting to just finish my freaking collection. Ugh, I would love to just finish it and get out of collecting just because it's getting so expensive. But I know when PCS drops that Leatherface, I'm going to be like, oh my effing gosh, I need that. So that's why I was thinking, you know, if they do that, I could still just do the Reaper set down there. And then that frees up right here and that entire cube if I don't do Drake. And then I could do Myers there, Leatherface here, and have a garage shelf open for potentially Lord of Darkness and Ghostface. You know, so there's... I really don't like the Reaper bust down low, to be honest. And even the Reaper 1/3, I prefer him higher up. Especially since he's a $2,500 statue. I don't want to put an ECC 1/3 down low. You know, I really don't. Those are top shelf, premium, cream of the crop. So they should not get lower, you know, shelf status. Even the Jason and Freddy bust I don't like doing down low. But fortunately, they still look good down low. And I wanted to do all my 1/3 horrors in a row. In essence, outside of the Underworld, can't fit them in this display. But I do think this would look good. I'm going to try a few different things, and I'll make an updated video when I get the garage shelf in. But we will see. I definitely want to have this shelf this standard height right here and right there, and then that would be raised. Only that one will be taller for the Pennywise bust and Nun bust. Depends how Nun looks as well up high. Like, if she doesn't look good up high, I won't do her up high. I could even do Reaper bust up high. And then continue with the Annabelle and Nun right there. We will see. I really need to get the shelf in. I need to mess around with a lot of things. But the one things I do know is I prefer Ash lower. I don't like him super, super up high. You know, like he's about 5 inches lower than what he would be on the garage shelf. But I feel like garage shelf would be perfect height for Ash. And you saw Freddy, Jason, Myers. They'll look better at that garage shelf height. So I feel like having all them in a row, garage shelf, would look so effing sick. You know, so... and then just having the bust paired up. So we'll see. I really wish PCS would release images of Leatherface and Ghostface because I really, really want to see them, how they look. Then again, I could also technically do Ghostface, Leatherface, right where Legend is, and then, you know, keep Annabelle and Nun Bust down low right there, and then Reaper, Bust, and Pennywise, and then we'll see. We'll figure it out. But I wanted to show you guys this, show you some of my potential plans before this all happens. I'll do the updated video. The garage shelf arrives tomorrow, but tomorrow's my standard video. So you'll see on Friday a new updated horror setup, and I'll show you what I've done. I'll show you a few different setups likely, because I'm going to record as I'm doing it. But I'm excited. I want this to look, you know, the best possible. Ideally, I'd love to have all shelves the exact same height, but you saw Pennywise Bust. He can't be that low, and he's one of my favorite pieces in my entire collection, so I'll sacrifice and have that at least one shelf higher up for him. And so we'll figure it out, though. But I am loving the idea of having 6 1/3 horrors in a row. I think that will just look amazing. And fortunately, all the horror 1/3s look great at garage shelf height. Anyways, folks, let me know your thoughts and opinions below. Any suggestions before I do get this set up. We will get it set up tomorrow, and then I'll do the updated video. And then next to all the busts, I'm going to do just the 1/10 scales. You know, like if I do the Freddy and Jason here, I'll have the 2 1/10 scales. If I do Pennywise and Nun, I'll have the 2 1/10 scales. There's no 1/10 of, you know, Blade, but at least the Freddy, Jason, and the other ones can have it. But I'm excited to get this set up. I think it's going to look awesome. Anyways, folks, that's it for today. Like, comment, subscribe. Have a great day.